Hi guys, this is Tablet-News.com and I'm here with the LG Prada phone 3.0, the latest iteration of the cooperation between Prada and LG. This is a fashion phone, one that costs around $800 or so. So it's a cheap device for a fashion phone. It has a unique interface that's black and white, as you can see. That's Prada's own trademark on this handset. They desire to make the interface black and white, but of course some of the icons and application keep their colors since they're unique. Now let's get on to the design of this beautiful fashion phone, and there's a lot to talk about. On the front side we have the display, a 4.3-inch screen. Under it we have 4 capacitive keys, as you can see. At the front we also have this front camera and the Prada logo, as shown right here. On the right side nothing at all. On the left side we have these 2 volume buttons, here, there, and at the top is all the fun. You have the audio jack, this button that you can use for the camera capture, this tiny port that covers the micro USB slot, and finally the on-off button, the power button. And a very beautiful design. At the back we have the 8 megapixel camera, once again Prada logo, a nice texture at the back, that's supposed to also be a trademark from Prada, and this speaker right here. So there you have it, this is the design of the device. The top side is particularly beautiful, although at first you feel confused by the similarity between this button and this button. As I said, this one is for the camera and this one is the on-off button. Okay, now let's start the device and talk a bit more about its hardware. So the LG Prada phone 3.0 measures 8.5 millimeters in thickness, so it's a thin phone. If I'm not mistaken, it's the same thickness as the Samsung Galaxy S2. It also weighs 138 grams, so it's pretty light. The screen is a 4.3-inch unit, an IPS LCD, resolution 483 over 800 pixels. A bit disappointing, it could have been at least a QHD one. 8 GB of internal memory, 1 GB of RAM. You also have a micro SD card slot at the back, under the battery. The connectivity is covered by Wi-Fi, HSDPA 21 Mbps, DLNA, Bluetooth 3.0, NFC, micro USB 2.0. The brain of the phone is Texas Instruments OMAP 4430 CPU, a dual-core 1 GHz processor. We also have a GPU, a Power VR SGX 540, and once again the 8 megapixel camera at the back that you'll see in action a bit later. The OS, as you may have already figured out, is Android 2.3 Gingerbread with solid Prada customization, at least when it comes to color, widgets and icons. I'm expecting Android 4.0 at some point, in case they're able to customize it with Prada layer or not. Anyway, this handset also has an accelerometer, proximity sensor, compass, stereo FM radio and a GPS. I must mention the presence of a lithium-ion battery. It's a 1540 mAh. It provides around 5 hours of talk time and also 1 day of functioning, so you probably won't reach 2 days, so the battery is not very impressive. Okay guys, now let's get to the multimedia side. Let's listen to some music. I copied the Disturbed album here. Let's listen to some Disturbed. Here are the options. You have favorite, smart share, playlist, library. You also have a more settings. You also have an equalizer when the ear jack is available. Okay, so the audio quality is quite good, especially with those very nice earbuds supplied by Prada and LG. They're actually very nice. The audio experience is wonderful. Possibly the best audio experience I ever had on an LG phone. Now let's move on to the video player. And this time you can also see those customized icons that are black and white and unique from other phones. Here's the video player. And let's watch the latest iteration of the Alien series. It's called Prometheus and it's made by Ridley Scott. Part of the Alien franchise, serves as a prequel. You can also take it to full screen and use this lock to have the full screen available. Quite a dark trailer. Anyway, let's unlock the screen, go back to the menu, and maybe you want to see some YouTube. We have the entire list of Google services and apps here. As you can see, they're all color. So here's YouTube, works just fine. Let's see some FIFA 12. In case the video earlier was too dark for you, maybe you want to see this one. No, so it looks like a crappy video. This one is about a car, so maybe it's more colorful. Quite a beautiful Ferrari and quite a shaky camera. Anyway, the video playback was good on the device, and now to continue the multimedia experience. First of all, I'm gonna tweak the brightness a little bit. Here we are. And now I'm going to show you the potential of the camera on this device. I was a bit underwhelmed, to be frank. Here is this little globe, and here's the picture I've just taken. As you can see, there's a bit of lag in everything I do. The pictures were okay, but as I said, the video capture wasn't that impressive. Now let's see what options we have available. We have the exposure, we also have the focus, image size goes up to 8 megapixels, scene modes, ISO, white balance, timer, shot mode, auto review, and sadly there are no effects. That was a bit of a bummer for me, that there are no effects to play with. The maximum resolution is also 720. I wished it could have been 1080. Oh, here it is, sorry. Here is the 1080 option, right here. So, as I said, the only bummer for this camera is the lack of those effects. So at least you have white balance, audio recording, and that's about it when it comes to camera effects. Okay, so remember, this camera does 1080p, in case you're wondering. You only have to scroll a bit higher. So we saw the camera, we saw the video player, audio player. Now let's have a look at this black and white interface and see some of the widgets we can attach to this phone. Of course, they're black and white, most of them. Analog clocks, calendar, digital clocks, music, smart world, Google stuff, YouTube, and other. You can also have shortcuts, folders, wallpapers. Then there's this usual notification bar and the main dock area at the bottom with the phone area. Then there's the contacts area. You can play around. I've synced my Google account and everything is working fine. There's also some messaging here, and I guess you want to see the QWERTY keyboard on this device. So let's enter the browser. Here is the QWERTY keyboard, quite comfortable to use. And here it also is in landscape. And now let's enter gsndome.com. Here we are, gsndome.com. It loaded very fast, we're on Wi-Fi right now. Quick scrolling, pinch to zoom, works fine. Now let's see how they switch between tabs. You've seen this before on our two LG phones that we tested over the past days. Easy to switch between tabs in this browser. Okay, so since we covered the browsing area, we might as well cover the social networking area. There's a Social Plus widget seen right here. I synced it with my Twitter and Facebook account. Right now I can view what people are tweeting. I can also view my mentions, my messages, and if I press this little area at the top, I can go to Facebook instead of Twitter. I can see what people are saying on Facebook, also through this tiny widget. And if you want, you can even sync your MySpace account, set your refresh interval and other stuff like that. So you also have a favorite contact section. There's also the weather. It may not be as pretty as the one from HTC Sense, but it does its job and it manages to look elegant at the same time. As you can see, this search area on the screen, it has some color, so it's not everything black and white. We also have a nifty way of stopping some of the apps to clear some of the memory. And now let's see what more I can show you. We have an app manager right here. We also have a backup and restore feature, a calculator that also looks fancy. They try to make everything fancy on this device. We also have the calendar that's synced with our Google account. So let's try to go to February, and this is Mobile World Congress with Nokia and Asus conferences. There is also an option called Car Home that switches your handset to a car mode, so you can place it in your car dock and use voice command, navigate, dial, contacts, music. It's a very cool way of simply using the phone in the car without getting a ticket for having your hands on it and one hand on the wheel. As you can see, you can add more shortcuts, and it's a fine way to turn your phone into a GPS, music player or whatever inside the car. There is also a desk home option. You can simply turn your phone like this, put it on the desk, turn it into a clock. You also have the audio player right here for quick access. And that's pretty much all you need. There is also the calendar. You can also create a slideshow, so you simply use it as some sort of smaller photo frame if you want. Also download section, email. We also have finance if you're into that. Since this is a fashion phone, I guess that fashionistas will want to know if the Prada stock is up or down. Of course, FM radio. Let's see the gallery. Nothing unpredictable here. Here's the gallery, the usual one for Android. There's also home selector. There's an image editor that I'm quite impressed by. So let's pick a picture like this one taken earlier. Here we are with this picture. I can edit it, select, rotate and resize. There's also a filter with a ton of stuff to customize. I added some watercolor. You can also adjust our red, green and blue balance, brightness, hue, create borders of all sorts. Very nice option. I was surprised by how many options. You can even combine pictures, so I undid what I just did. Let's put a cool red hearts on this one, another border like I don't know, wanted. Since it's Earth Day these days, the Earth may be wanted. Anyway, there's a lot to have fun with in this photo editor. There's also NFC, as usual on the latest HTC phones, Polaris Office, Rich Note, Settings, Smart Share and LG Smart World, their own app store that has a HD section for phones like the LG Optimus LTE we viewed recently, but it's under maintenance right now, so I cannot show you that. Of course, there's the usual Gmail. I have reached the Google area. So Gmail, open the mails, it acts like this. There's Maps. Here we are. It's locating us. It did that very fast. Zooming in, taking it to landscape mode. Opening up the sections right here, like places, attractions, so Maps is also fine on this device. Let's see what else we have. Of course, there's the Play Store. That's where we get our apps. Once again, it's in color, not black and white. YouTube we already saw. There's Google Plus, and we've reached the applications that we have installed. Time to show you some apps. Let's start with mentioning one thing that I disliked about this phone. Well, not disliked, but imagine if you're a Prada passionate or a supermodel or something like that. You may want to, I don't know, get some special content on this device. Since it's a Prada phone, I wanted some Prada ringtones, Prada wallpapers, I don't know, Prada discounts, anything aside from this interface. So we got nothing, no Prada movies, no Prada ringtones. That's why I installed a Prada app, the Prada Experience. You can find on Google Play. It starts with the Facebook page of Prada, then you switch to videos. There is a big social side to this app. You can like and share everything. There is also a wallpaper section, so it pretty much does everything that the phone should have done in the first place without having to download an extra app. Actually, these are very cool wallpapers, I have to admit. There's also the ability to chat, so you see what shoppers are saying that's hot right now. I'm sure they're happy. So that's about it. Here are some people happy that they bought some Prada stuff. There's also a section for every product they make. There's a handbag section, jewelry section, there's a section for wallets, there's a section for shoes, jeans, dress. There's also a shop. I wonder if you can purchase directly. That would be cool. I'm sure you can by attaching your credit card, and there's offers of the day and other apps. Have it, the full Prada experience, through a single app. There is also a cool radio, the TuneIn radio. Probably the best app for radios I have ever used. You have a bunch of local radios. You have your presets. You have some recommended radios. Pirate Radio is playing Tool right now, which I'm actually very happy about. You also have related radios and a very cool interface based on swiping. Seeing all this swiping, is making me think about Windows Phone. The app would be perfect on that. As you can see, the music continues and you have the song right here. There's a music section, you can select genres. There's news, sports, talk. You can also select by location, by language, get podcasts, add to the preset list. So if I want to add this one, I can add Pirate Radio or the singer. And let's add both of them, since I like both the song and the radio. There's also car mode. You can create accounts, you have settings available. You can even record your favorite songs, but you need the pro version. So as I said, you can record your favorite song from the radio, but you need a pro version of the app. And now finally some games. I have installed a new game of title. It's called Six Guns. It's a western and it's very nice. I was surprised about how cool the graphics are. So let's see. Here it is, Six Guns. You can even call the horse, ride it to some location, solve a mission, shoot some guys, have various guns. You can aim pretty much. You can also buy stuff. And the graphics are really stunning. Here we are. You can move around using this joystick. The AI is pretty dumb. There's some sort of auto-aiming, luckily. Also got a headshot. There is also the option of hiding behind a box. The controls are a bit clunky, so I'm hiding behind this box. Here's a beautiful sun effect. These guys are shooting at me. As you can see, a graphical bug that has me shooting in another direction. There's also a map here. A ton of quests to do. And at some point you can even check out your journal. Have a saddlebag with items and bullets. You can even call your horse and ride into the sunset. It's very much like Red Dead Redemption, if you want a comparison. And as I said, very good graphics. I have unlocked some jeans. Doesn't seem to be anyone left alive. So maybe you can see me calling my horse. And as I said, impressive and beautiful graphics, especially the desert. And here's the horse item. Let's press it. The horse came, and let's ride. I can also ride and shoot, like in a real western. There's also a map right here, so I know where I'm riding to.
Let's go.
Anyway, you get the idea of the game. Very cool game, remember it. So once again, 6 guns is the name of the game. Now it's time to draw some conclusions about this LG Prada phone 3.0, the third LG and Prada cooperation. The first cooperation was in 2007, till then they spawned 3 phones, this is the third one. Let me tell you what I like about it. I like how fancy it is, I like these buttons, I like that it's very thin, it's got that Prada identity. It has the unique interface that some may like and some may not like. I've seen people who like it and people who don't like it. It's a very subjective matter. If you're willing to be artsy about it and like black and white, you'll appreciate it. If you're more a color person, well, you'll want your colors back. I'm a bit underwhelmed by the camera and by the battery life, also by the lack of many camera effects. Other than that, I'm happy with the card mode and the home mode. I'm happy with the audio quality, especially when you use those earbuds provided with the phone. Very good video quality. Also a bit of lag sometimes, that can be bothersome, but if you use that widget that I used earlier, you can stop the apps and everything will work just fine. Is this a fashion phone? Yes, pretty much it is, but at this low price it's probably the cheapest fashion phone of 2012, so I suggest you get it, be up with the trends, and also spend less than $1,000. Keep in mind that some fashion phones are made of gold and they're a couple of $1,000s. This is gsmtown.com, this is LG Prada phone 3.0, and I hope you like this review. Bye bye.